Welcome back to the morning show here on Arise News. Joining us now is Ojy Okpe with stories trending around the world. Good morning, Ojy.
Good morning, Tundun. How are you?
Good morning.
We missed you, Ojy, with the wave.
With the wave. Hi, Dr. Bati. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm good.
Hi, Leila. Happy
you.
Friday
Good
to
morning.
you guys.
Happy
Well,
Friday.
let's begin what's trending today with an update on the helicopter video that set the internet abuzz this week. According to reports by the BBC, the helicopter company, Tropical Arctic Logistics, has confirmed that the man who was picked up in the middle of the traffic jam at the Benin-Ore Expressway had suffered a stroke. The video from Sunday had spread widely on social media, with many speculating it showed a billionaire who had called the helicopter to escape the 4-hour-long traffic jam. On Wednesday, Nigeria's Civil Aviation Authority said it had launched an investigation into the incident to uncover the story. The helicopter company told the BBC that they didn't understand why the video had caused such a fuss because it was normal for their company to respond to emergency situations, as there's no such public emergency service available, and they have had such emergencies at least 6 times in the last 2 months. It's a great development. I mean, I had no idea we had this kind of service in Nigeria at one point. So I don't know why the video was trending so much. Why was it so viral? Why did they make up such a story about this billionaire?
It's completely bizarre. Who sent the helicopter to fly his girlfriend out of...
his girlfriend out of... Yeah, Dr. Bati was sure it was his girlfriend. That was
No, I wasn't sure. You know, there were many versions.
Yes.
The first version is that, you know, this billionaire guy got stuck in traffic, and then he decided to call in
and there was another
the
story
helicopter.
where the billionaire was actually a luxury wristwatch maker, or a luxury jewelry maker
the
as
gentleman whose name was mentioned,
Yeah.
one Usula, you know, he had issued a statement saying that he wasn't the person. So up to now, we don't know who exactly the billionaire
There
is.
was no billionaire.
Yes.
There was just a
There was-
guy who...
There was the other version that, you know, this big man was stuck in traffic, you know, and that was the more popular version.
Yeah.
And then after 4 hours, he just decided to take the helicopter. And that excited poor Nigerians who
Yes.
thought that they were being oppressed. Then the girlfriend version. But to hear that this is a case of a medical emergency,
Yes.
we can't doubt the helicopter company
Absolutely.
that has issued a statement to clarify. That's good to hear.
So, but you know, this goes to show the effect of fake news and social media. You know,
Correct.
it was so serious, and we all thought it was real. That it was
I
this
thought it was some
one,
billionaire guy.
I thought it was a fancy thing
I'm
from a
talking about
movie.
fake news.
Yes.
There was also a fake news dimension to the
Wale
Professor
Soyinka
Soyinka story.
yes.
You know, because one gentleman went online and said he was the one,
Right.
and he's from the University of whatever,
Some weird
university that does
university,
not
and then this guy said it
Matanawi,
was a science.
the University of
that's right.
Matanawi, and all someone did was to just double check
Yes.
and claim that, look, this university does not exist anywhere in the world. This is a scam.
So we
you
all
know.
have to be
so
very
always
careful.
double check.
Exactly.
Well, what strikes me, though, is what happens to numerous people who suffer from strokes, heart attacks, and they're
I've
stuck in
always
traffic.
wondered
I know
that.
somebody who was driving his mother to the hospital. They got stuck in traffic. His mother died.
Yes.
So he drove his mother's dead body to the morgue because of this ridiculous traffic. Why are we sitting in
Exactly.
4-hour traffic in the first
Exactly,
place?
but I'm glad that at least we do have this emergency service from
Yes,
Tropical
but you
about
see,
people who
it's
can
not
afford it?
everybody that can
Exactly.
pay for this emergency
Yes. What
service.
happens to people who can't
So
afford that?
it must be possible for Nigerians to be able to call a particular hotline when they have a medical emergency, whether they are billionaires or nairaneers, you know, so that there will be help, you know, on the way almost
Exactly.
immediately.
But then that brings another problem, because really and truly, have you noticed that no one moves for ambulances in traffic? You move for a police car, but you don't move for an ambulance in the same way. So until we even take
that also
healthcare
goes
seriously.
to the driving ethics in Nigeria. They have to also educate us drivers in Nigeria to know that you have to move
A
for
lot of work
ambulances.
needs to be
as
done.
well.
Driving on Nigerian roads is like being in a war zone.
Exactly.
Even ordinary motorcycles will be struggling for space with you.
I know. All right, well, let's head over to the U.S. with a now viral story of a pregnant woman who was shot in the stomach and then charged with manslaughter for the death of her unborn child. A Jefferson County grand jury yesterday indicted 27-year-old Marcia Jones because of her alleged role in starting a fight that led to the gunfire. Ms. Jones was 5 months pregnant in December when she got into a fight with another woman outside a dollar store in Birmingham, Alabama. Now she could face up to 20 years in prison. The controversy is that the grand jury failed to indict the accused shooter, 23-year-old Ebony Jemison. Women's rights activists have expressed outrage over the charge, saying the case shows that the state of Alabama is determined to make pregnant women criminally responsible if they fail to deliver live, healthy babies. So
This is so disturbing.
It's
disgusting.
such a well, you know, the situation really is that this woman put her baby at risk.
She did.
Going to fight with a woman, and then she was
And
the one
the two
who...
women were fighting over a man.
Yes.
Of all the
They
most
were fighting
ridiculous
over a man.
reasons.
Excuse
But
me?
how
Of
do
all the most
It
absolutely
is
ridiculous reasons.
Absolutely.
Really?
But then the issue is, how is it that this lady that actually shot the baby was not
not
indicted?
charged.
That's
And
the
then
only...
the pregnant lady now may pay
I
up to
don't
20
mind the
years in
pregnant
prison.
lady going to jail
No,
because
I don't
she
mind
put...
either.
Yes, I don't mind it. I think that
Why
that's...
does the shooter?
Yes,
get
have to
off
go. That's what
scot-free?
I don't understand.
Well,
and
what the
that's the
critics have
outrage.
She shot
said is
and
that
killed
in the
the
state of
baby.
Alabama, where you have perhaps the most stringent, abortion law
Right.
that has been passed, that, Martha Jones, that she was the one that provoked the fight,
Yes.
knowing her condition,
Which is
and then she refused, to stop even after she was checked, and that, what has happened here is a case of the jury, the grand jury, placing the fetus, the life of the fetus, more important
absolutely.
than that of the mother.
Which is typical in these conservative states. But why does the shooter get off scot-free? Because the shooter
That's strange.
killed the
That's
baby.
really strange.
And that's
That's
where
the
you know that
outrage
the
right now.
Alabama law makes absolutely zero sense
Yes.
whatsoever. It is nonsensical. It is putting women in harm's way. And really and truly, I don't see how anyone can comprehend that and think that it's okay in any way whatsoever. It's outraging. It is absolutely outraging.
It makes no sense.
Yes, it's
at
development,
all.
sir. Well, I hope that they're going
And
to
this
keep...
She
is-
needs to be
Yeah, she
charged.
needs to
Well,
be charged.
she's not
She
been
was-
sentenced yet.
Yes.
That's Martha Jones.
Right.
But if she's sentenced, category B felony
Yes,
in
and
the
she
state
could
of
spend
Alabama,
20 years in
20
jail.
years.
Yes,
And they
That's
might decide
serious.
they might decide to make an example of
They
her
are
in
making
this
an
climate.
example of
yes.
her, and that's what it is. That's
Yes.
what they're trying to prove.
But the shooter, I'm sorry, how can the
But
shooter not be
the
liable?
man that caused the fight, should he also come into the...
I mean, yes,
Yeah,
throw
let
him
him
in
arrest
jail
him
too,
too
but
and
as well
sing
as
his
throw the whole lot of
For
them in
causing a
jail.
quarrel between two women.
I mean, badly behaved
because,
individual.
yes.
Yeah.
Very
What are we
badly
I say I'm in the midst of women's rights advocates.
Such a sad story, though,
It
really.
really is. Well, baby.
Well, still in the U.S. women's national team forward Megan Rapinoe has said she isn't backing down her stance that she would not visit the White House if the U.S. wins the Women's World Cup. On Tuesday, Asaka magazine released a video of Megan telling a reporter in January that she was not going to go to the White House if her team wins the Women's World Cup. In a series of tweets the following day, President Donald Trump attacked Megan, saying she should win first before she talks. The president then extended an invitation to the women's national team whether they lose or win the game against France at 3 p.m. today.
Not everybody wants to hang, Johnny. Remember what happened with the Golden State Warriors? When Steph Curry said he didn't want to go,
Yeah.
and President Trump withdrew the invitation to the whole team, and
Yeah,
LeBron
they
James,
withdraw, Donnie.
yeah, LeBron James called him a bum. I was like, you called your president a bum? Okay. But what I resent about Donald Trump is that this is clearly a personal issue.
Right.
He tried to then extrapolate it and make it about the flag, the White House. It's got nothing
Well,
to
you
do
know,
with
Megan
disrespecting.
has been quite
Well,
vocal
that's
on
a-
social
that's a
issues.
throw.
She's been really
But nothing
vocal.
to do with the flag. She's not disrespecting the
Well, there
flag.
was one
He just
time.
doesn't wanna
No, there was
show
one
it.
time
No,
in
he-
2015 that she actually knelt down during the national
But-
anthem in protest, and she was trying
But taking the knee has nothing to do with the flag. That's
Right.
another Trump
No, the person
lie.
that took the knee
Well, she
was
also
Colin
did.
Kaepernick.
She did it as well.
Yeah, but Colin
Yeah, but
Kaepernick,
taking the knee is in protest
started it.
against the treatment of blacks by the police, police
Right.
Police
brutality.
brutality.
It has nothing to do with the flag,
And
nothing
I'm
to
pretty
do
sure
with
Kaepernick
veterans.
explained that too.
Well-
Yes,
Yeah.
we all know that.
Well,
it's propaganda.
Donald Trump has a reputation for exaggerating
Lies.
every situation.
Lies.
And she told the girl to go and finish the job
Go and finish the job
before
first.
complaining.
Which is a fair
However,
point, but not the rest of
the United States striker forward in the women's team, this lady, she was also making a political statement.
Yes.
She said if they were to win the World Cup, she would not go to the White House to see President Trump because they are trying to, take America, to greater heights with their talents. And, we have in the White House an administration that is not committed to the aspirations of the American people.
Right.
So, and that's a direct criticism of Trump. It's a political statement. But this is not the first time that you know, an athlete, you know, a sports figure will make a political statement.
Yes.
And she's not alone. Alex Morgan
Yes,
and
and
others
that's what
have also
she's doing.
joined her
She
to
is.
say that,
She's
you know,
ignited her team
they too will not go to the White House.
It's about Trump.
It's a statement of rejection.
About Trump, yes, of Trump, not the White House, not the flag, not the Constitution, none of that.
And I don't.
But Trump sees himself as the flag, the Constitution, and
right,
as an embodiment of the United States.
Talk about self-aggrandizement. And
And then he's so
The
tricky.
ultimate megalomania.
He's so happy tweeting all the time and not even cautious of his tweet. He actually tweeted Twitter fingers. He actually tweeted to the wrong account on this woman's account, and she was, you know, he tweeted at the wrong account.
Well,
at first.
Twitter is coming up with the
Yes,
Trump rule.
and that's my
the
next
Trump
story.
Rule. Oh, okay, you have the story.
That's my next story. I mean, I can't wait for this to happen to Donald Trump. Well, talking about Donald Trump's tweets, Twitter said yesterday that it will start labeling tweets from influential government officials who break its rules against bullying and abusive behavior. The new rule responds to a common criticism of Twitter while being careful to avoid allegations of political bias. Over the last few years, users have questioned why Twitter does not take down tweets from President Donald Trump that appears to violate its content policies. While Twitter does not address President Trump by name, it says the new rule will apply to verify government officials, representatives, or candidates for a government position who have more than 100,000 followers.
About time.
And the rule will not have retroactive effect.
Yes.
You know, and it's not just Trump, as you said, but
Yes.
it's been called the Trump rule because President Donald Trump appears to be the most notorious.
Very notorious.
Using his Twitter account to bully people,
Yes.
to intimidate people, to
Name
spread
calling.
hate, and all kinds of obnoxious behavior
All
on
sorts.
Twitter.
Right.
But
He's
it's
a
not
bully on
alone.
Twitter.
Jair Bolsonaro, as a Brazilian president, you
Remember
know,
his imbeciles and idiots?
Yes.
Yep.
He to put a pornographic video on Twitter. So the rule will also apply to persons like that. But what they will do is put a label on it,
Yes.
like a warning. So if you still want to see the material, at least you will have been warned that this particular tweet violates Twitter rules.
And
And
then
I
you
think
will
that this is a
also-
welcome development.
It
Maybe it will
is.
keep Donald Trump in check and help him to find other sources of
But you know
engagement
he's
for his
going to
energy.
continue. No, he's going to continue to protest. He's going to continue to write, and he's going to continue to write
He will,
against
because
Twitter.
it
He's not going to
works.
stop.
Yeah.
He's
Because
not-
it works. It
but the
appeals
gr-
to his
Yes,
base.
but the great thing about this as well is that the Twitter will downgrade his tweet, whether or not the disclaimer comes up as well. So people will
Well, Oji, let's
be able
take
to
a
find
short
out.
break and
Yes.
then we'll continue when we come back.
Okay.